great to make some time to have this conversation with you. So thank you for honoring me with your time. I'm grateful.
Sure. I'm happy.
Cool. Welcome to Jazz on Vuka. And you guys don't know, you don't understand how excited I am. I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm excited.
For such a long time, from the township of Langa, where he was born in 1939, via the concert stages of the world to Basel, Switzerland, which has become a home over the past 50 years. That Makhaya Ntshoko has built his legend, and as part of the Jazz Epistles, his own jazz giants. He belongs to a nation's jazz avant-garde in the late 1950s. But now he is in Europe, where he landed as part of the Dollar Brand Trio, then became the part of the emerging free jazz scene, which followed, which kind of like led to a career in Germany, in Denmark, England, France, US. Is there anywhere you haven't been, Makhaya? Welcome to Vuka Online.
Well, I was actually, before we got together, with Dollar.
Yes.
I was with King Kong. I went to England.
Yes.
Then I went back to South Africa home, and second time I came back again, So it was like, there was more or less an up and down, meeting different people.
Was there a particular reason that you went back and stayed? Maybe let's start there, because as you say, you came back into the country in the 1960s, and then you went back.
I stayed for 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Here, I'm in South Africa.
Yes, and that's the time you were with the Jazz Giants and the House.
Right, exactly. Because then I met so many other people.
Yes.
That, I was that wanted to work with me. So.
Yes. Why did you go back then? I mean, why didn't you stay afterwards? Was it because of apartheid or?
Well, actually, everything. Everything, because England was so beautiful. There was such a lot happening. It was like I don't know. It's a different scene. And I loved it so much, actually. I was sorry that I had to, go back, to the problems that we had then, but it never happened. It never happened. Everything was just floating, happening, and I met so many people. And we had a lot of work in Joburg, actually. Because most of the time I was in Joburg working. Cape Town was, kind of quiet.
No, sounds great. Let's go back to the beginning and just because I think we don't have a lot of time, but I think whatever the time that I have is good enough. We're celebrating Makhaya Ntshoko, the legendary, I should say. Makhaya Ntshoko, who has been part of our great history. Born in Langa, why did you choose drums? I mean, I know that in Langa that it was a center of a lot of what is exciting about jazz, even at that time, just like most of our townships still are today. But at that time, why drums when everything was going on there? You could have chosen any other instrument.
Yeah, I mean, drums that's what I liked, because there were so many drummers around, in Cape Town, and some of them coming from other places, from Joburg,
from the Eastern
touring, and and I met so many people, and drummers. I kind of liked it.
Yes,
it was my kind of thing,
Yes.
This was I mean, well, my father played organ, you know, in church.
Church, yes.
In church, yes. He was organist at the Methodist Church.
Yes.
You know, so he was always every Sunday. Or whenever there was a meeting somewhere with a rehearsal with the choir or something, he was around, you know. And so we had other instrumentalists in the band, you know, in the family, you know. And my brother, my eldest brother, that passed away, of course, you know, he played piano. You know, he was playing with a band also, but he played piano. And so this was, you know, organ, piano, is the same, you know, almost the same family.
Same
drama.
Family.
No drama, you know what I mean?
So you had to be different.
I had to be, you know, because it's the sound.
Yeah,
it's the sound, you know, that made me actually.
I hear you. I hear you were a boxer, Makhaya.
Yeah, I was training actually. Yes. I was training a lot at that time. I was every day, you know. I was training, you know, every day, almost every day, you know, about 4 or 5 days a week. You know.
So between the boxing and the drumming and the practice, where did you find the time at that time? I suppose because you were younger, I suppose.
Yeah, of course, you know, you always find time, you know. When you're young, you know, you always, you know, you've got so many things in your head.
Yeah.
You know, and so much is there.
Yes.
You know, so you have to just pick and choose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had to find some time.
Yeah.
You know, because my friends also that I was playing with then, you know, they were also training. In the gym, you know. So I had friends that were training. You know, and I loved sport. You know, this it keeps you, you know, focused all the time. You know, and it keeps you healthy. And you move, you know.
Yeah.
And drums is just it's you know. It's the thing, actually. You know.
But I'm very glad that we gained you. You lost boxing, and we gained you. Are you still playing? Do you still play?
Yeah, I'm still playing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm talking about the boxing. Do you still do the boxing?
Oh well, actually, I'm just training. You know, when I get a chance, because it's you know, there are not too many places where you can do that here.
Practice,
you know, if you are very, very much into it, you know, you go and train. You know, and I can train anytime I want, actually. And so it's, you know, you have to have some kind of connection, you know, to be able to do that, you know, because training needs time also.
Yeah. You're on Jazz on Vuka, and we are talking to the legendary Makhaya Ntshoko. And when we come back, we will be having a conversation about some of the music that has made him the legend that he is. But for now, I want to start with my favorite. I call it Spider-Man. And I want to hear the story behind this song when we come back, Makhaya. Scholarly Department. You're on Jazz on Vuka.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll be back after this.
listen to Vuka Online.
Great. Welcome back to Jazz on Vuka. So I have Makhaya here, and we are celebrating the career and the life of this legend that has essentially has been everywhere. I mean, Makhaya is rated amongst some of the most eminent jazz artists, made jazz history with the famous Jazz Epistles, and we just played you Scholarly Department. Tell us about the story behind the Scholarly Department. I hear that there should be a very funny story there.
Yeah, I
funny,
know,
sad.
But yeah, it's actually the Scholarly Department is Hugh. What's his name? What's his name? Kippie's song.
Yes, yes.
You know, he was the one that that arranged Scholarly Department.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and actually, I don't know how he started it. You know,
yes.
but when I was in Joburg, with the sextet,
yes,
you know, we had a lot of time, you know, to work out on different things, you know, and different songs, whatever, you know, rehearsals and so on. So Kippie brought this Scholarly Department because of we had. Let me just think of it now, because we had some gigs were in hotels, you know, and so, and we were like during you know, during breaks, we were in the kitchen. Wow. You know, waiting for us, you know, waiting for our turn to you know, really hit again. So it came from that, you know, from the kitchen part of it, you know, because there was a lot of people working out there, you know, making food and bringing it out, you know, bringing the food out to the customers, while listening to jazz, of course, you know, listening to us, you know.
And I think that's kind of what, because of the time, the laws of the time, obviously you guys were not allowed to have your own waiting rooms.
Exactly. Yeah, that was, you know, that was, you know, as a different scene, you know. Different scene. But we had so many friends, you know, like white friends, you know, that love jazz so much, you know. and we always were together, actually. You know, and so they always, somebody had, maybe, you know, one of our friends had maybe a parent that owned a hotel or something like that, you know, and that's the way. This is how we got to have the chance to, you know, and make some gigs in playing for white people too.
Yes,
you know.
Because you had such a very strong career, a very long career, I'm gonna take some of the moments, and then I'm going to ask you a question about what are your special memories about each of these moments. I mean, let's start with the Jazz Epistles, because we've been talking now about the Jazz Epistles. What are some of your important memories with the Jazz Epistles?
Jazz Epistles, let me see. Actually, you know, Jazz Epistles, it was formed like, you know, in trios, you know, 2 trios. There was a trio from Cape Town, which was a bass player, Johnny Gertze, you know, Dilla Brand, piano, and myself, you know. So when Kippie, Jonas Kwangwa, and Hugh Masekela came to Cape Town for a show, you know. This is how we really got together. You know?
Then it becomes a sextet.
Exactly. It was a sextet, you know. And of course, we had a chance to go to Joburg also, and play there, at different places and other gigs. So it was pretty nice because it was a different thing,
Yes.
different people, different friends, and different music.
Yes.
Because everybody had an idea,
Yeah.
So we got together somehow, got together and played together, and this is how the group
came
got together.
Yeah. And was it then because you guys ended up with the Dollar Brand Trio performing with the Duke Ellington.
Okay, that came then later because
came later. Yeah.
Came later because they what's his name, Dollar and Johnny Gertze,
Yes.
and Betty Benjamin. This was the late wife of Dollar.
Yeah. That's what you guys call her.
This is how we call her. Yeah, I mean it's her name actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Betty Benjamin. So they went to Switzerland. They came here actually.
Yes.
Somebody got him a gig in Zurich.
Yes.
So, and I was busy with other bands, so I didn't go with them.
Yes.
Then,
Yes.
So what happened was like after a while, maybe after a year or something, I went and joined them in Switzerland.
Yes.
So this is how we had this gig in Zurich.
Yeah.
I mean, without it was like a duo with Benjamin, BT singing, and then when I came in, I mean.
So that was then. That was before then the creation of the Jazz Giants, because I think with the Jazz Epistles.
No, the Jazz Giants. Let me see now. Let me think, because Jazz Giants, I formed them in Cape Town.
Yes.
I was still in Langa then.
Yeah.
And this is how I met the other guests: Dudu Pukwana, Johnny, and what's his name, Moyake. He passed away, of course, also now,
Yes.
So tenor player. This is Nick Moyake.
Nick Moyake, yes.
Yeah. He was in the Jazz Giants also.
I want to play something here that you did with Gideon
Okay.
At the Doke House.
Okay.
That became part of his work, Jazz Fantasia, and there was like just so much music. I'm sure this song was actually written for you. So I kind of want to hear if that's the truth, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the work with Johnny Gianni. And I like this whole idea about the Makhaya and the Tsotsis, because
okay.
because it's
right.
It is so South African. But I think for now, on Jazz on Vuka, we are with Tate Makhaya and Ntshoko, and we are doing Choppy Chopsticks. We'll be back.
More music, more inspiration. Vuka Online.
Hey, welcome back to Jazz and Vuka. We're celebrating the life and times of Makhaya Ntshoko, a legendary Lifetime Achievement Award winner for the Mzantsi Jazz Awards as well, but a legend on his own. And you've been hearing some of us going up and down in terms of some of the stories that he's been sharing, a rich history. Even at the time when apartheid was a very difficult space for us to be in, and you guys then went out, and then when did King Kong happened? Right at the beginning, right? And then
at the beginning, right?
Yeah, and then after that you came back, and then you did the some of the Jazz Fantasia and the Jazz Giants. With Obrima Taba Konzile,
right,
and all of those guys, the Tembambiza. And then tell us a little bit about your memories working with Johnny Diani.
Johnny. Actually,
some of the interesting experiences with you guys.
Yeah, I know. I met Johnny. Well, he was in Cape Town also. You know, because when I was traveling with Jazz Giants, he was in Cape Town.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
But Lily Mgijima was also there, you know.
Yes.
I was also, you know, playing with Lily then at that time, you know.
Yes.
So I couldn't have two bass players, you know, on the tour, you know. So, and that this is how Johnny stayed in Cape Town, and of course I met him later then in Copenhagen.
Yes.
But this is where he was living, you know.
Yeah.
And we started getting together and talking about music, and then you know, because I was like going back and forth from Basel,
yes,
to Copenhagen, going back like that. You know, they wanted me to play in a club there.
Yes.
You know, like so I did what's the name? I was doing this. I was a house drummer there actually.
Yes.
You know, the jazz at the Montmartre.
Yeah.
In Copenhagen, you know.
Yes.
And Johnny, of course, I met him quite often there, you know.
Yes.
And but we never had a chance to play at the club together.
Yes.
You know. But because he was busy, you know, organizing other things, you know, for himself, you know. So
but
everybody.
But I think what I'm also noticing, which is great, and I'm wondering how are you seeing it for today? So if we take it today, I see that you guys played quite a lot together in terms of different collaborations with Montate Louis Moholo. It always seems that your careers were quite intertwined in many ways.
Exactly.
What is your sense about how we do it today? Do you feel, if you're paying attention to particularly the South African jazz scene, do you think we are connected, we are working together as much?
Well, the lots of South Africans coming here, actually.
Yes.
You know, I know Pete, what's his name? Fate can tell you.
Yes.
Because he's organizing all the time, you know.
Yes. I was with Fair Faku the other day when he came to come and perform
Oh, really?
With you guys there at Basel, but it was the time when they eventually broke into his house, and then they took his instrument. But I wanna come back when we come back to come and talk. Start wrapping up, but talking a little bit about what is it that you're busy doing now. I see that there was the second Makhaya and the Sotis, but I also want to talk about what that is about, and then what is it that you're doing, and some of the lessons that you can share with some of the young people that are growing up today. So I still want to be able to pick your brain a little bit beyond the music, but just talking a little bit wider. But before we do that, here is a song for Biko, and we'll be back after this.
Stay woke with Vuka Online Radio.
Welcome back to Jazz and Vuka. We're wrapping up the evening and the celebration of the music and the life and times of one of South Africa's own. But you have no idea how excited I am. I'm like all over the place because I don't know where to start. But Makhaya, before we talk about, because I want to hear what are some of your impressions about where you think jazz is today. But before we talk about that, you did some work with the John Chikai, which I think will play a little bit around that Willie the Pig and all of that. But tell us about some of your experiences in Switzerland, where you've been now. What have you been doing? What has been happening since?
Yeah, well, there's been, there's a lot actually.
Yes.
And I had my students also, teaching, students and drumming and so on. And I was from asked by the music school in Basel, if I can teach kids, school children.
Wow.
And this was actually a great idea, because there were a couple of places, of schools, where they were so much interested that the kids, that their kids, learn something. So there was like, we had a time to get together at the club here in Basel, which was called, it doesn't exist anymore now, This was the jazz workshop, Catacombe, And so I had my school at the, because it's more, it's actually the perfect way to get the kids, to have that the kids have the feeling of a jazz club, while playing music, while learning music, So I had different schools, give me that, giving me the chance to give them lessons, and we had fun. This was the professor of the academy, in Basel. He was like the one that that took everything over, that really made everything happen, because he's a musician himself, and he's teaching music at the academy, So we had a beautiful thing going, with the kids, because like they, instead of them going out doing other things, they could learn some music, So we had fun, actually. We had fun. We did that for a couple of years. But unfortunately, the professor, had to leave Basel, So we like slowed everything down, to different feeling, because he helped us actually, really, do something about it, And I mean, I was not alone actually. There was somebody else teaching also, helping me do the work, because he had the place, it was his own place, so we did that for him also, that he gets something going as a club, to keep the club going, and the school,
Yes.
So this was fun. We had concerts with the kids also, So parents were coming over, and listening to their kids, children playing music.
Yeah. And it sounds like that's a very important thing for you, particularly because you spend so much time talking about particularly that piece, that piece of work. So I want to then talk a little bit about what message would you have for some of the young people that are coming up. The jazz in South Africa is growing in leaps and bounds. At the Jazz Awards, in the last 2 or 3 years, we've the average age of the jazz musician that comes in or gets nominated is around 30, 32, which is relatively young. But obviously you find that the people that listen to the music are much older.
Yes, I know.
A very funny thing with jazz.
Yeah, it's very funny. No, it's the music.
Yeah.
Music changes all the time. Yeah. Today kids they like to dance.
Yes.
This is what they feel like. You can dance to jazz too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was about to ask.
You can just dance to jazz. Actually, it's there for you. You just have to be open about it.
Yes.
And you know about the music that kids play today or listen to today. Like rock and hip hop and all kinds of different music. It goes somewhere. Music it doesn't stay.
It doesn't stay. Yeah.
It doesn't stay
the same. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. You have to be creative.
Yes.
And that's why jazz is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It has creative people.
Yeah.
When
we come back, we'll talk. We'll start closing the show. But Makhaya and the Tosis, here is a Makhaya song. We are celebrating the life and times of Dada Makhaya. Ntshoko. He has a new, relatively new work, 2008, and we'll talk a little bit about it. And maybe there's something else that has happened since then. But for now, let's listen to the music. We'll be back. your home for jazz. Welcome back to Jazz on Vuka, and we're wrapping up the evening for sure now. You know, like I posted a status on Facebook. I said, you know, when you have a pastor, those pastors in Masontweni who would be saying, "I will be sitting down now," and then 20 minutes later they still haven't sat down because they're still talking. I feel like I'm one of those guys because I've been saying we're wrapping up, but I'm just enjoying this thing. So just talk to me. In the 1970s, late 70s, I think it was 74. You came up with the Makhaya and the Ntshoko with a couple of guys there, and Makhaya's song comes from that album. A beautiful piece of music. You have now the second one, Makhaya and the New Ntshoko. Tell me.
Tell me
a little bit about that in Happy House. Yeah, talk to me about the Happy House.
Happy House.
Yeah.
The Happy House is okay. This wasn't Happy House. This was the song. What his name was?
Andy.
American musician.
Yeah.
This was his song.
Okay.
You know, and so, but our piano player liked the music so much about Happy House, you know. So he said we should put it in the record, you know. We should record this piece, you know, because she liked it so much.
Yes.
And this was what is Happy House. I just cannot remember the name now of the musician.
Are you talking about Andy Stryer?
Pardon?
Are you talking about Andy?
No, not Andy Scherer.
Yeah.
Vera Coppola.
This was Vera Coppola.
Ah, yes.
She played piano and she liked the music. Happy House.
Yes.
Yeah. This was the recent most music we've done actually. Well, actually, I think we played some old songs, you know. Somebody, you know, I can't because I don't have the
yeah, no, I have the
names now of the guys, you know, that you know that did played the music before, you know.
Yes.
It's probably, let me see. It's
Humpty Dumpty, Open
Humpty Dumpty.
Arms,
Yeah, right.
Morning Song, One World.
Morning Song, exactly. Yeah.
No. I'm glad that you're still producing music. I think that's probably where I was actually taking this conversation to say I'm really excited that you're still producing music. But let's close, Baba. What would be your advice to young people today going into jazz? What would you say is the most important lesson they should know from you?
Well, this is a, you know, the thing is, you know, kids today, young kids today, they got so much happening around themselves, you know. I mean, we have now, for instance, this COVID stuff, you know, this virus, and kids are so much involved, you know, and unhappy also, you know, because they don't understand it. You know, so I would rather say, you know, just believe that you know that something is going to happen, and believe that God exists. You know what I mean? Because we always you have to believe in you know, you have to believe in God, because, you know, prayers, they help.
Yeah.
They help so much, so much, you know, and I mean, I pray every day.
Yes. That is
Long life.
long life. That's long life. You cannot never stop, you know. It's. I was talking to Fair the other day, you know, and he says he was in trouble, you know. He was in trouble. I don't know what we were talking about, but he, you know, he got into, you know, some kind of trouble.
Yes.
Then he started praying. This is what Fair.
Yes.
This is what Fair said. You know, I said, Fair, you did that? Man, I pray every day.
Yeah. And that's all we can do. And I think that's a really good note to live it on. I've been so grateful to speak to you. This is the man that has performed with essentially everyone: Pepper Adams, Dollar Brand, Johnny Gianni, Hugh Masekela, Joe McPhee, Marvin Peterson, Mar Waldron, Ben Webster. We could sit here and talk to uMakhaya for like the whole evening, but we have to let him go so that he can also go and rest a little bit, but we also can focus on the music. Baba, thank you so much for the time, and thank you for your messages. Thank you for your contribution to our music and how and where we have grown as a country, even in times when it was really difficult. We honor you, we love you, we appreciate you, and we are so grateful that you are here and we are walking in your shoes. And goes.
Yeah, and goes now.
That was my conversation with Baba Ntshoko, and we wrap up the show with this. So I won't play all of it, but I will play a little bit of it, because otherwise I'm gonna be fired. John Chikai, Willie the Pig, just a little bit of that, so that you can hear Makhaya on fire. Thank you.